One way we used to collect intel, actually many ways we used to collect intel as contractors, were different from that of government agencies simply because we didn't have the support and we didn't have the money to give them. Also, giving money for information has a bad track record because people will pretty much tell you anything you want to hear if you're going to pay them for it. The most effective ways for us to collect intel was to gain trust, not to beat the crap out of them and not to pay them, just gain their trust. And if you do that, you'll be able to get some valuable intel, and it's going to be reliable. They're not going to BS you, typically. The way that we would do this was, for example, we would meet them in a very dangerous area with absolutely no backup, no support. Not just because we didn't have it, but it also worked very well because the fighters over there, Mujahideen types, they respect somebody that just shows no fear. They totally respect that. And so if you roll up into their area, into their tent, and it's two guys and an interpreter, then that automatically gets a lot of respect. And I mean, even, to be honest, if a bad guy rolled up to one of our bases and didn't have a lot of weapons on, just had his regular pistol, service pistol, and came up and said, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you guys," and da-da-da, we would probably even, we'd disarm him, let him come in, because that's a walk-in. Well, they'll do the same thing. So when we were walk-ins for them, we would bring them stuff like medicine, because as contractors, we could get all the medical stuff that we wanted. Anything we asked for, medical. And also pure, clean water. That's another thing that is very hard to come by out there, along with the medical gear, and very easy for contractors to obtain. The water served two purposes. One, it's very customary. When you get to know somebody, you're invited into their home or their tent or whatever. Out there, you'll have tea. And so we knew that they were going to offer us tea. We brought them a case of water. And if they used our water, we weren't going to get sick. So we didn't have to deny drinking tea with them, because we would get sick if we used their water, period. We didn't have to deny drinking the tea with them. And of course, there was plenty of water left over for them to use. So they appreciated that. We'd be able to sit down and just talk about what's going on in the area. If we had any specific intel about that area, we would keep it in the back of our head when we're asking our questions about what's going on. And, we'd tell them, thank you. So we would thank them, and we'd give them a little bit of medical supplies, and we'd bail out. And we had all our intel that we needed for the area, and we'd come and see them more than once or twice. I mean, you would get a lot more intel on your second or third visit than you would on the first one. On the first one, we never really pushed them for anything other than, "Hi, how you doing? We're just kind of checking on the area, make sure you guys are doing okay." We didn't want them to. We wanted them to think that we didn't realize they were bad guys. We just roll in there, "Hi, how you doing?" It's a real fine line between getting your head cut off, captured, and getting your head cut off with a cake knife, and being just a total badass and going in there, with hardly any weapons and an interpreter. So it's a very fine line, but with experience, and if you know the area, you should be okay. You can do it.